On to some also very unfortunate, depressing news. Jeff Hardy was arrested yet
Womp
again
womp.
on potential DUI and felony charges as well. There is a police camera footage video that was released about at the time of his arrest, making which they had him do field sobriety tests and a couple other things. Obviously, he was arrested. I'm not gonna. I was thinking about putting like his photo from when he goes to rain, but I didn't want to do a better photo of Jeff here. Um,
Think.
because then it's not worth it. So there was a lot going around with this leak. AEW did have a response saying we were able to contact Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behavior. We made it clear to Jeff that we'll assist him in getting treatment for substance abuse issues, which he has indicated that he's open to receiving, which I find interesting. We'll talk about that in a little bit. In the interim, Jeff is suspended without pay and can only return to AEW upon successful completion of treatment and maintaining his sobriety. And they say if you or a loved one needs help, please reach out to SAMSHA'S National Help Line and to leave the number below, signed by Tony Khan. So, okay, first and foremost, I know Jeff Hardy is your person.
Hmm.
So when this news broke,
Uh,
what was going through your head?
so, well, I need you to know that I was I was literally in the middle of the H&M in Herald Square when I found out.
Oh, oh
Good
boy,
God.
So I was
oh
in
boy,
Jesus.
yeah.
Um, I I was having a day, and I'm like, I want to go shopping in the city to feel better. I did not feel better, and then I'm in the middle of fucking H&M, and I get tagged in my wrestling group chat that Jeff got arrested for DUI, and I'm like devastated
Mm.
because like I feel like he got hurt really bad after Darby, and I think he relapsed after Double or Nothing because I heard he was concussed to Double or Nothing.
There is alleged footage that's out there of him driving really recklessly on the road,
Yes.
which led to him getting pulled
I
over.
have not watched the police footage yet because like I emotionally am not ready
Mm-hmm.
to watch it. Um, it's for me like Jeff Hardy's sobriety is something that like has always been in the back of my mind, especially like alongside like my sobriety. Like when I met Jeff 2 years ago, like I talked to him about sobriety and he was like genuinely like so stoked on sobriety and like so happy and like grateful
Mm-hmm.
to be sober. And I think he just busted his body up so badly that, medicine wasn't enough anymore. Like it didn't seem like there is emotional turmoil there,
Mm-hmm.
like in the past. But it's just really sad because like it's the Hardy Boys' last run. Like he doesn't have a lot of time left, but like he might just be clocking out early.
I don't
Which
even think it's clocking out early. I think he's working overtime right now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I don't. If I was AEW, I wouldn't bring him back. I was like, listen, I think what AEW said was correct.
Yeah.
I
Get him the
agree.
help. Get him the help. You're not back until you get the help.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the right call. Um,
I mean, like
and
we're all about second chances, but it's like Jeff, you've had second, third, fourth, fifth. This might be a sixth
It
chance.
happens. Ironically,
Come on
someone
now.
put together. It happens in every wrestling organization, every major one. Impact,
Yep.
WWE, AEW
Yeah.
yeah,
now. Uh,
it's sad.
it is.
And honestly, I think they were gonna win the titles tonight.
Which is ironic because number one, AEW Dynamite is specifically nicknamed Road Rage. Number
Yep.
one, he was going
That's that's incredible.
I
and he
think
was
it's
going to be in
gonna.
a tag team triple threat ladder match. Go figure.
They were gonna win.
Go figure. And he apparently when he got arrested, I haven't listened to the footage, I haven't even watched it. I kind of just grazed over it when it was on my socials. But there's rumors saying that he alleged during when he was being pulled over that he was on his way to get a brain scan or something like that, and I think that proves something to your point. You know, he could have. I mean, he's Jeff has definitely had traumatic brain injuries in the form of concussions multiple times. What happened to him with the Darby match Could he have had a concussion? Absolutely. Could that?
I had seen on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
yesterday that he was concussed during Double or Nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. And could that concussion lead to him forgetting to take his meds or him reverting back to another time in his life where he just didn't give a shit? He was just drinking and driving and being reckless. Absolutely, it happens a lot with people with TBIs that they either revert back to a younger form of themselves or they just forget to do the things that they had just learned and they lose, all that memory and learning. And these things are all possible hypotheticals as to what happened to Jeff, and all of it is very just upsetting and sad. And the last thing Jeff needs to do is to put his body through any more harm, whether it be in the ring or through the bottle.
Like, at this point, like, I just want Jeff Hardy to be, like, happy and healthy, like,
You could
and
keep
if
stay
he never
alive
wrestles
at
again-
this point, Jeff. Like,
If he never wrestles again, I'm okay with it. And, like, that's very difficult for me to say because I could obviously watch Jeff Hardy wrestle for the rest of my life.
mhm.
But, like, it doesn't seem like it's good for him physically anymore at all.
It makes me think about when he walked out on WWE, several months ago. And what did WWE? They acknowledge and they offered him a Hall of Fame. Remember that? Well, we said they offered him the Hall of Fame, and they said you can't wrestle again. It makes me really think that they knew already something was up with Jeff, and they were trying to get in front of it.
Yeah, dude, of course they knew.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, dude, it's the wrestling business. This isn't the first time they've dealt with something like this. Do you remember the 80s? I remember the 80s.
You weren't even born in the
Remember
80s.
the 90s? I
None of
remember
us
the
were
90s.
alive.
Doesn't matter, right? Like they had a whole plane ride about this, right? Like, right? And they were pretty much drunk driving an airplane.
Yeah.
So like they know the signs.
Mhm.
Of course they know the signs. They're also smart enough not to publicly say they know the signs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's Jeff. It's just like, bro, come on now.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, it's at this point, it's like I don't feel sorry for anymore. I'm actually genuinely frustrated.
it's frustrating. That was my initial. Like, I was like, oh, again, frustrating. And then the mental health person in me, I was like, it is. This is what happens. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it is a lifelong struggle.
And this is, again, not a bias towards Jeff Hardy, but, like, I know what it's like to fuck up
Yeah, of
and
course.
relapse over and over again. So, like, that's why I feel sad above all else, because it's a really shitty feeling to relapse and to know that you are actively relapsing, because it feels like a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I have my sobriety day tattooed, like, on my arm, like, right here where you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that holds me accountable, as stupid as that is.
Sometimes
That makes perfect
you need
sense.
people need reminders.
Yeah, you gotta motivate yourself.
I would
for
fucking hate to relapse about something stupid and then look at my arm and like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like, I have I'm close to 5 years.
Holy
so like,
shit! Really?
yeah, October's 5 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So sobriety is just something that like I respond to differently, and plus my role working in crisis services,
Mm-hmm.
I like really look at it differently. Like I just look at it from different angles. So like it's hard for me to feel frustrated because addiction is born from trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and clearly Jeff Hardy physically has been through more than most wrestlers that are still wrestling at his age.
I mean, the Hardys altogether, physically and emotionally. Look at the Hardys' background. I've been through some wild shit.
Do you remember the house burnt down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like in 2009, like the house legitimately burnt down, that they lost their dog or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made a storyline. I say Matt.
Yeah,
did.
it was the
Oh,
Matt versus Jeff storyline
so
at
good.
Mania. Yeah.
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 What a great storyline that was. But yeah, no, okay, you're 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right.
Yeah.
But you gotta do the carrot and stick approach with these things, right? Sometimes you feed them a carrot and you feel sorry for them. Sometimes you gotta hit them over the head with a stick.
Yeah, and so hopefully this will be just a wake-up call, but best of luck to him. Again, folks, just like AEW posted, if you or a loved one needs help, please reach out to Sam's Help Line, and I'll save a number here, 1-800-622-4357, 1-800-662-4357 for Sam's Help Line. They provide some great resources for you all across